initial question, which was, okay, Donald Trump has never apologized. I always call him Mr. President, but I'm talking about him then as a citizen. He wasn't president then, obviously, back in the late 80s. He's never apologized for it. He thinks they still did it. I can't believe that he believes that.
Referring to the Central Park Five.
But he says it. Okay. And I don't know why he feels that he can have high ground on this with what he did back then.
Chris, I would love to get into all the facts of that night of what happened with the Central Park Five, because they are not nearly as exculpatory.
All they had were their confessions.
As you might have to believe, they're a bunch of kids where they put them in.
Now watch as Van Jones refuses to allow the Republican to even make the case that the Central Park Jogger Five were in fact guilty. Van Jones won't even let him articulate his position. Listen to this.
Separate rooms,
and I
read the books on it. I lived it.
I know the facts very well. Now listen, hold on a second. Hold on a second. And at best, you can't just say no 1,000 times and not let me talk.
Another guy's DNA was on the victim.
I'm not going to sit here and let you lie.
Correct. And that was never in dispute, Chris. I'm not lying, Chris. That was never in dispute at trial. The prosecutor, in closing arguments, said, yes, the actual rapist, the person who did the physical insertion, is not here on trial. That was established from the very beginning. You could be convicted of rape, even if you are not the one who did the actual raping.
Now, on your
so they get 5 kids, and none of them was the one who did the raping.
Yourself to be on air
in
2019.
Who did the raping? No, none of those 5 guys.
Terrible.
With those 5.
Terrible.
And then he says, the woman is going to have to live with this, and it's terrible.
That night.
Now he's using the victim's tragedy.
Can I talk?
No, but you can't pervert the facts. You can talk, but you can't pervert the facts. Go ahead. Don't say what's not true. Go ahead.
A fact is that it was never a predicate at all. The prosecutor at the time did not say that the DNA, that the semen was from one of those 5.
They didn't even bring it to trial. They didn't introduce DNA at the trial.
The best case scenario, not DNA, semen. That's why I said something different. DNA was not in use at that time.
It was in its early stages.
The best case scenario. But it was not acceptable at that point in New York court. It was not acceptable yet. Here's the best case scenario for those 5. The best case scenario is that. Can I talk? Did you bring me on to talk or not?
Nope, not on this. I'm not going to.
So I can't talk. So I'm not allowed to. I'm not allowed to review the fact
thing.
Yeah, if that's what it is. I don't know that that's what it is. I mean, I get what the first step is, but I think it's aptly named. It's one step. And again, Steve,